So some of you might know that for 11 years I was a columnist at Fab magazine, which just finished publishing at the end of April, leaving me out of a job basically. But one of the best things about doing my Fab column was that for 11 years I got to interview everybody. Community people, all kinds of strange people, and celebrities too, which was really good. And one of the celebrities I interviewed was Miss Elaine Stritch. Broadway superstar and legend. Some of you might know her. She used to play Jack Donaghy's mom on 30 Rock. Anyway, Elaine Stritch is a force of nature. She was coming to town to do her show, Elaine Stritch at Liberty. And so this was kind of an advanced thing where I had to phone her at her hotel room. And, you know, this is about 3 months before the show, and try and work up some excitement for the show, right, to help sell it. And it didn't help that the interview took place at midnight, as per her publicist's instructions, on a Saturday night. And I was woefully unprepared. I had partied all night. And, you know, by midnight I wasn't really in a mood to do an interview. And neither was she, obviously. So it was probably the single worst interview anybody has ever done, ever. What I have tonight is a transcript of that interview. I'll be playing both parts. I'll be playing Paul Bellini and I'll be playing Elaine Stritch. So without further ado, this is how it went down. Hi Elaine, it's Paul Bellini from Fab Magazine.
Oh, hi Paul, how are you?
I'm good. How was your show tonight?
I'm not playing this week, Paul. We don't open till Wednesday night.
Oh, where are you right now?
I'm at the hotel.
What can you tell me about your show?
Well, it's very hard for me to tell you about this show because it's a highly emotional experience. It's the part of a lifetime, and it's very right for me because it's my life. And it's, I mean, you know, I've never been asked this question in all the interviews I've ever had.
Really?
So it's a tough one. The show is about me, and it's about the theater, and it's about romance, and it's about relationships, and it's about the tragedies and the highs and lows. I think my attitude towards what's going on in the world is embodied in the 2.5 hours up there. It's a pretty intimate evening with me.
When did you first think you wanted to do the show?
Oh, I've thought about it for a long time, but just thinking about it made me tired. To squeeze your life into 2.5 hours, it's a tough job. Greatly satisfying, but worth doing, and we all know that.
Would you say it's their favorite show that you've ever done?
No, I would not.
What is your favorite show?
Any show I'm involved in is my favorite show.
So whatever you're doing at the time.
You got that right.
So, have you always had positive experiences?
What, are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Well,
I think you're putting me on a little bit.
It's just that, you know, there's lots of biographical elements in the show, right? Can you give my readers a little teaser?
Darling, I don't think it's the kind of show that you give teasers on. I really don't. It's a show about a woman who has lived her life in the theater, has had extreme highs and lows, as Stephen Sondheim put it, good times and bump times. And I don't hold anything back. I tell everything exactly the way it is, and I can generally tease an audience if we need to do that in Toronto, but I'm not going to quote from my show. I sing a lot, I do songs that people would like, would dig, and I'm not going to tell anything about the show except what it is. Quotes or anything like that, no way.
Do you have a favorite composer?
No, I don't think so.
Favorite show?
What kind of show?
Oh, of the many you've done.
I answered that question.
Oh, right.
I really mean that. I'm not being smartass with you. I really enjoy whatever I'm doing at the moment. I don't have a favorite show. I honest to God don't.
I really enjoyed you in that Woody Allen movie, September.
Oh, that was a good movie.
What kind of an experience was it?
It was a wonderful experience. I love working with Woody.
Well, it was a wonderful film.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently you've done a soap opera.
Nah, I did a soap opera, The Edge of Night. I played a nanny. I had this wonderful part for me because I didn't have to wear any makeup. I just thought, just wash my face and go over to the studio and act a little bit.
So where do you get all your energy?
I have no idea. I just take care of myself, and if that feeds into it, and I'm sure it does. Well, do you drink a lot of water, that sort of thing? Well, no, I suppose that's part of it. Well, it's a funny thing to zero in on. What is your first name again? Paul. Paul, right. That's a peculiar thing to zero in on. Are you looking forward to coming to Toronto? How's the SARS situation? This was back in 2003. Well, you don't really see too much of it downtown. You have no worries about being here yourself? Of course I do, don't you? No, actually, I don't really think about SARS very much. I see. Well, that's good. That's very good. I'm glad you don't. Certainly, you asked me if I worry about it. Of course I would worry about it. Anyway, what did you say you write for? Fab. It's a gay magazine. What is that again? Fab? F-A-B? Yes, we do a lot of general interest stories. Yeah, right. And, you know, obviously a lot of gay men would love to come to your show. I would hope so, but what do you mean, specifically? Well, that it will be of interest to them because it's musical theater, biography, elements, Broadway, the legend that you bring with it. Well, for the same reason a straight man would come and see it. I don't see why there's any big emphasis on the gay man. Right. Unless you mean the gay community is more interested in musical theater. I would think they'd be more familiar with the songs. Right, yeah. Well, Elaine, I really can't think of anything else. Yes, well, it's nice to talk to you, Paul, and I hope you come and see the show and come back and say hello afterwards in Toronto. Thanks, Elaine. Click. Anyway, as a postscript, I did go see the show, and it was amazing, so I had to forgive her for a horrible interview. Because, hey, she's, what, in her 70s? No, actually, I think now she's 80. Late 80s, she's still singing and dancing, and she's got diabetes, and she just conquers everything. She's a fighter, and that's why I thought it would fit in with this beautiful evening.